recorded and posted up on post for any student who missed the lesson now. Okay, so this is question 20, and we have, when they say solve, we've got to figure out what number x is. And to do that, it's like a game or a puzzle where we've got to get the letter x alone on any side. So right now we have x's on both sides, so we kind of have to pull them onto one side, either on this side or on that side. So which one to do? Should I pull it on this side or the other side? It doesn't matter. You will still be able to get out your sum as long as you get them all alone on one side. So sometimes one way is easier than the other, but it still works out. So what you're going to have to do now is kind of think, if I move it here, what will happen? And if I move this here, what will happen? It's kind of like any game you're playing and you decide actually make a move. What would happen if I did this move? So let me start off by circling my terms. 3 is a term, this is a separator, and this minus sign here belongs to the 6x. So I'm going to circle the minus 6x. Similarly, I have 10, and this minus belongs to the 7x, not to the 10. By now, everybody should be good at circling terms. Now, this is what I would do. I would carry this minus 7x across here. And when it comes on this side, it will, as soon as it crosses that equal sign, it will change from negative 7x to a positive 7x. And I could probably rest it here. And this 3, I could move that 3 across here to the back, and it will become a negative 3. So I'm going to draw an arrow to show you where I plan to move it. And I'm taking that 3 and I'm throwing it across here. All this red ink, I usually leave out if I am doing it by myself without explaining it to anyone. But I recommend that you all drawing all this for now, especially if you're feeling a little bit unsure of yourself if you're doing it right, then this is the best way to do it to strengthen your skills in it. Minus 7x goes across here. So then I will get a positive 7x here. That comes across. I'm not going to write it in this first line. I'm going to write it in my second line, where this is where I plan to move it. Now it has moved. The 3 is no longer on this side. It's on that side. So I'm not going to write down 3. But my minus 6x hasn't moved. So I could write that right here. On this side, has my 10 moved, or it's still stuck there? Should still be there, right?
So the 10 is still there.
And this 3 has moved all the way to the back end here. So I could write it here, and it's 3. However, what sign does it have? It had no sign that you could see here, but we all know that if you don't see a sign on the first term, it means it's an invisible plus. So that means it's a positive 3. When that positive 3 comes across the equal sign, it must change from
a minus 3.
That's right. It will be a minus 3. And so that's how we have a minus 3 here. And that minus belongs to the 3. Okay. Now we could work it out here. 10 take away 3 is 7. And 7x's take away 6x's gives you 1x. However, if you have 1x, you don't actually have to say 1x. You can just say x, because remember we talk about how in caveman they don't say 1x, they just say x. So you could leave out the 1, it is understood. In maths, that's what we do. So if you had 1x, it's still correct, but you don't have to put it in. We don't normally put it in. In fact, you could have had plus 1x, and all that is still correct because it is a positive term and it has a 1 there, but you don't need to put in all that. We usually make that invisible. So 7x take away 6x equals x, and this here equals 7, x equals 7. You're done one time. Easy, easy, easy.
Excuse sir.
Mm-hmm.
So you think you can explain question number 6?
Yeah, yeah.
Please.
So now I didn't teach you all the different techniques. It's kind of like Kung Fu, where you only learn how to use your hands. I didn't teach you nothing with your feet as yet. So all your now you're fighting, and all you could use is your hands. But your hands could be deadly weapons. So here I've only taught you all how to move terms and change signs. I didn't teach you anything about cross multiplying or other things that you would have learned in your extra lessons. So how could we work out question 6 with the little bit of knowledge that we have? It could be done. 5 take away x is equal to 2. All right. So first thing first, I'm gonna circle my terms, right? And then we'll kind of plan out what to move around. And I'm gonna show you two ways to work it out. The most popular way I've seen people work it out is that the students decided to move the 5 across here. And this is where they've started making mistakes. If I move the 5 here, and you're allowed to do this, what do I have left here? Minus x or x?
Minus x.
That is correct. We have a minus x left here. And a lot of students think they're moving the 5 with the minus sign because they didn't circle the terms correctly, or they're just trying all kind of thing. It is minus x. So that's the first thing that people has make a mistake and write x alone when it should be minus x. So we're going correct there. The 2 still is there. Next thing, is it 2 plus 5 or 2 minus 5?
2 minus 5.
Correct.
Because the 5 here, it has a secret, well, invisible plus.
Very good. And this is another mistake people make, and they will write 2 plus 5, Ben. It is 2 minus 5. So very good. We're going good so far. Now, what is 2 take away 5? You go for elevator ride.
Minus 3.
Correct.
Yes, I get minus 3.
Minus 3. So now we end up with this awkward situation where both sides have
Yes,
minus
this way I
signs.
get confused.
Now, they have so many ways to get out your answer. And so you would probably see it in lessons a different way and so on. Here is one way you can get it out using the techniques that I showed you. You know that this is one term, and you know this is one term. What will happen if I throw this term here? Would it be minus x, or it will turn to positive x?
It returns a positive x.
And this minus 3, if I throw it across here, it will turn into
A
a
positive
positive
3.
3. So then I have a positive 3 on this side, and I have a positive x on this side. And basically, I'm done. I solved my problem. I needed to know what x is, and now I know x is 3. So you're done. However, you might feel a little bit uncomfortable having your answer back to front. So all you need to do now is just say, therefore, x is 3. And
Excuse
then
me, the only thing I do is just take away the 5 from the 2 and I get 3 and that's it.
the 5 from the 2. 5,
Yeah, that why
2
I
take
do.
away 5. No, but 2 take away 5 is minus 3. If you said 2 take away 5 is 3, you would have had minus x equals to a positive 3. Are you all seeing, by the way?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So sometimes you might have made a mistake or two mistakes and end up fumbling to the right answer, but that might just be lucky on this sum, but then you'll probably run into trouble on other sums. So this here was, this sometimes confuse people. How the hell I get from 3 equal x to x equal 3? Because I did not move terms. All I did was just read it backwards. And I call this a turnaround. I basically just turn around the answer. And I usually do my turnarounds as a last step because I don't want to usually if I turn around earlier on in my thing, I might, students does make mistakes with their signs and all kind of real nonsenses end up making. But I'm quickly going to show you another way to do number 6. Let me just show you here. Question 6 again. We have 5 minus x equals 2. The same sum, but look at another way we could have worked it out. Let me circle my terms. Yes?
Excuse me, we can't see much if you just stay around and people a little bit. Yes, sir. Good now.
All right, good. So now it's the same sum. 5 take away x equal 2. And I'm going to, instead of moving the 5, like before we had moved the 5, I'm going to move this x across here. And that will give me a positive x. But it's not going to be alone. And I need a positive x alone. So that means I'm going to move this 2 across right here. And look at, see what happens now. We're going to end up with the 5 did not move. The 2 came across and it became a minus 2.
Yes, sir.
The minus x came across as a x.
Oh.
5 take away 2 is 3. 3 equal x. We're done. Same sum.
Yeah.
But it turned out like this way was an easier way, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. That's why I do the at the second one we try that. How I do it?
Okay, good. And that would be allowed. You move the x. Good. So that would be it. It's recorded today. So that's it. I know I kept all your back extra. So we'll meet them hopefully next time we have class.
Okay, sir.
All right.
Yes.
Take care.
Enjoy
Bye-bye.
the Friday. Bye.
Take
Enjoy
care.
the day.
You too. Take care.